Thoughts from the Trail. I'm Scott Anderson.
Good morning, everybody from the trail. Today I'm continuing a thought I had yesterday pertaining to practice. And I'm going to share an example from much earlier in my life that maybe helps us think about that some more. When I graduated from college, my first job, I had a degree in computer science, and my first job was to write software for one of the largest companies in the world. And my first task was to write what we called validation modules that verified that the input being received was correct and good. And after a while, I figured out a way to write code that in essence did my job for me. So as we receive input, or in the software, as it received input, it would be able to write the code to validate a variety of different types of input and then ensure that it was correct. Well, in some ways, we can do the same thing in our own lives. We can literally hardwire our brain to respond in the way that we want, in a way that we determine is desired, through practice. And so, for example, if I set a goal that I want to be kind and exhibit kindness in my daily life, I get to practice that all throughout the day in every way possible. But as with practice, often comes sometimes we fall short and we miss on achieving our goals. But here's the cool part. Even though during that practice we can miss our goals and fall short, we can use that falling short as part of the programming that we can help hardwire our brain to be kind. So here's an example. As a father, let's just say there may have been a time where one of my children was frustrating me, and I responded with a very harsh tone that only exacerbated the situation. I realized it in the moment, fortunately, and I stopped and I said to my child, I said, do you mind if I try to do that over again? I'm not happy with the way I responded. And she agreed, and so I went back and I used different words, a different tone, and responded in an appropriate way that was productive. And I can tell you, we both appreciated the new tone and direction that was set as a result. So even using a failure to help program our brains is important. And if my daughter wasn't there at the time, and let's say I had a thinking or I took an action where no one was around, I can still literally stop and speak out loud and say, oh, I wish I had said, thank you so very much. Or I could come up with the more appropriate response. And here's one of the keys. Say it out loud. Speak to yourself how you could have better responded. And that's going to help with the wiring of your brain. Golfers, before they go for a round, they usually go and hit some balls off the tees. They do that to warm up, but they also do that to work on some shots with which they may be struggling. And so I challenge us, I welcome us, I invite us to think about intentions that we have in our lives, how we can practice them, and by so doing, create the hardwiring in our brain. We're programming our brain to respond the way we want to. And sometimes we have bugs and we fall short, but we can even use that as part of our learning. I wish blessings to us as we work on being the master programmers of our brain. And we're the only ones who get to program our brain. And I wish blessings for us as we do so, and I hope you have a great day.